Hello,
Hey,
we're
ain't,
live.
ain't nobody here though.
Hope changing the channel name didn't cause any confusion.
Hope not.
Since we're both Tesla owners now, it's not just going to be under my name. It's Go Tesla,
Yes, the new channel name is Go Tesla.
spelled Cajun style.
Cajun Go. Go Tesla. Hey.
Hello.
Hey everybody. It's my headband.
Okay, we got a couple people in already.
I know, we got a lot of people. Okay. Within the first 48.
First 48 hours, Model X ownership.
So, my first impressions are I really like the car. I
Yeah,
really do. I like it. I mean, love it, like it, whatever you want to call it.
it is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's really nice. I'm learning all the different quirks, all the settings. There's so many settings. Oh my God. It's like I hate to say it because I don't want it to sound like a negative because it isn't a negative. It's like an Android.
Oh, just learning something new.
Yeah. It's got a lot of ins and outs to it. I mean, the interface is good, but it's just like a lot.
Yeah, it's probably like a iPhone to an Android user. Same thing, just something
Yeah.
different.
You know, a lot of checking off the boxes. Oh, do you want to do this? 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 I'm like, yeah, I wanted to do that. Who wouldn't want it to do that? And you think, you know what? There's probably somebody who wouldn't want the seat to do something.
Here's the one negative though. In Louisiana, you can't you can't buy a Tesla in this state, and even if you could, they couldn't do the paperwork for you, so we can't really legally drive the car.
Right.
So it's going to be sitting in the garage for up to 10 business days until we get the paperwork and I can do the registration. And then I have to go to the DMV and pay them a lot of money for taxes, which I don't even think they deserve because they're making me jump through all these hoops to get the car. But I'm not gonna go there. It's cool. You know,
All
I
right.
don't want to, but I have to.
Calm down.
You know, it's cool.
Calm down.
Oh, my thoughts on the car.
Yeah, your thoughts.
Um, the first thing I noticed is the seats. I don't I don't personally care for the seats. I think those are
Especially the back
the
seats.
new next gen seats. They're bolstered more than any seat in a car that I've been in before, and they were kind of squeezing me, and the back seats were a little tight. Also,
I don't
um,
mind the seats.
the Falcon Wing doors. I've never heard it before in anyone else's video, but they make this cool noise. It's not completely quiet. It's like a it it's so it almost sounds like there's a speaker making that noise. Like they just added in as like an extra, like the whoopee cushion
Yeah.
Easter egg or something.
Like,
Just for the
here
sake of
comes the
doing it.
door.
It sounds just like the DeLorean doors in Back to the Future.
I mean, they're definitely nice. I definitely can appreciate those doors. Getting the baby in and out the car. In London has already seen the car. She's getting used to the doors. We opened up the door and she kind of was ready to hop on in there. So it's kind of like they work perfect for her because the whole bottom, like, I mean, the door opens up. It's a Falcon Wing door, so the whole thing goes up. So I don't have to worry about her getting her fingers caught in the door, which is a huge mommy plus.
And even though I have the free supercharging on my car, I think it will be hard pressed to not take her car on the road trips just for how much easier it is to load her up.
Right.
Cause I can stand there and put her in the car seat.
Yeah.
Like if I don't have the base already installed in my car, it's kind of a pain to put her in my car seat. Cause
Yeah.
my car sits a lot. It sits really low, and it's really you don't notice how low a Model S is until it's next to a Model X or another large SUV.
I've been putting her in the Kia,
Yeah,
her and the other ones.
I think the Model S is lower than that Kia.
My back is still messed up. Okay, true story. I messed up my right hand putting babies in and out the car. So I had to actually go to a doctor that specializes in stuff. So just being able to lift them and not trying, it's just a really weird way of trying to put a car seat in a car at that angle. Being able to just lift up and just the doors all the way up. I can stand straight up. I'm not trying to pick it up any type of weird way to push it in. It's, yeah.
It feels like you're in one of those classes where they teach you how to put in a car seat, but when you're like out in a classroom or something and you just can kind of do it easily.
Right.
But you're just standing there in the car and you can stand completely up and just drop the car seat in.
Right. You don't have to worry about bending over.
It's like, why isn't every car this easy?
Like putting her in the car this morning, getting her in the actual seat, because I don't take the car seat in with me. I have to pull her head down so she doesn't bump her head getting into the car, which I have done. Do not attack me. I try to, because she's moving, she's wiggling, so putting her in the car and then trying to avoid her from bumping her head and strapping her in, and then trying to avoid myself from hitting my head, which I have also done.
I've hit my head on the back lift gate like 3 times already.
That's another thing. That's in the Model X.
Yeah.
He's hit his head twice so far.
It's mostly user error. I'm just not used to where it is.
Yeah, but you've hit your head twice.
I'm not blaming that on the car at all. It has a massive amount of storage. We got the 5-seat interior.
Yeah.
And it has so much, like an excessive amount of storage in there.
Yeah, I wanted the 7-seat, but then I started thinking about it, and I was like, nobody gonna ever be back there in them 7 seats. That's gonna probably be a waste.
And after seeing the amount of room there, I don't know if that would really comfortably fit anyone but children.
Yeah, so it would have been a waste. But we have I have a ton of storage. It's like a massive, if I was still doing, because I used to do party tables and all this type of fun stuff, if I was still doing that, it would be so much easier at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine trying to fit all that stuff in the back of a Kia with a child back there that I can't put the seat down.
After struggling to get the car seat in.
Yeah, so now I'm like sweating trying to get the seat in. Now I'm sweating trying to put all these different poles and fabrics and curtains. Now it's so much easier. I don't have to rearrange the car 80 million different times. It's gonna be great.
And I like just the little floor that's removable that has the storage underneath it. It's built with such a purpose. You can use it at the top, you can use it at the bottom. It's not in the way, like when you take it out of the Model S, it's like you don't really have anywhere to put it. Like it has its own little stand so you can access the bottom. Like they really thought about the storage in the Model X a lot more than they did in the Model S.
Right. I'm really excited. The only thing that I told Zach, which I already knew about the car prior to getting it, I don't like the black plastic by the wheels.
Oh, the black trim on the outside of the car?
Yeah, but I mean, that's not that big of a deal. I just feel like the amount you pay for it, everything should be kind of tone, kind of, everything should be.
Yeah, it doesn't look the best. I don't really care for it either.
But it's not a deal breaker.
No. I kind of wish they maybe could have did more, like maybe a glossier black or something.
Yeah.
That would kind of match the reflection of the car.
Right.
It didn't stand out so much. It might have looked a little better, but.
Right. Yeah. That's just kind of like nitpicking.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the amount of not space. I do like the games in the car.
Yeah, watching her play her games got me interested in playing my games.
Yeah, we kind of sat.
ts.la.
We didn't have a baby for a couple of days, and we kind of sat in the garage in both of our cars, and just was like,
"What's that game? 2048."
2048. Yeah, we just kind of sat in our cars and played games, and it was fun, which is kind of weird. Yeah, we both were in our separate cars playing the game.
Just sitting right next to each other.
Oh my god. But yeah.
Because once I saw you had that game, I figured I had to have that game too. And then I just started playing.
Does Zach have his settings in your car for seat placement?
It's pretty much set up.
Yeah.
I already set up my profile in her car. I didn't do every little thing because we haven't really been able to drive around too much. We went around the neighborhood a little bit, and we went to the park that's basically right across the street.
Yeah.
But we haven't. We're not going to take any chances getting any
Yeah.
tickets or anything because we live in an area where a lot of areas like police will be out looking for speeders. In this area, they look for people who don't have inspection stickers.
Yeah.
And we can't get our inspection sticker until we register the car. And we can't register the car until we get the paperwork from Tesla. So
So chain it. So it's like when the police see someone doesn't have their inspection sticker, they know that ticket is probably going to be a trail of more things to give you more tickets for.
yeah, no inspection sticker, no registration, probably no car insurance.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of how like they get you. Well, you get yourself.
Yeah, you just get caught.
You get yourself. But pretty much
What did you think about driving it? The little bit we did get to drive it.
So I was very freaked out when I went to take delivery and I drove back by myself. I was really freaked out by the amount of glass that was in the car, meaning from the glass all over your head. It kind of was distracting a little bit. Like it kind of weirded me out. I don't know how.
When you're driving, the right side of the glass, it reflects the side of the road a little bit, and you'll see grass and everything will be flashing like in a little strip all the way to the right, and that's a little distracting.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're in the passenger seat, you will never forget the first time you look up in the Model X windshield while the car is moving. It's amazing.
It looks like a movie's going on.
Because we've been
on top of my head.
When we picked up my car, we got to sit inside the Model X when it was just in the showroom and kind of looked around and everything. But when it gets outside in the daylight and there are clouds up there and you can just look up, it's so crazy.
It's amazing.
And I've heard so many other people say this in their videos, like how it looks up and it's so much of a view. But like until you see it for yourself, like it's something that everybody should experience.
Yeah, definitely. But I did love it. It was just kind of like, oh my God, when I got in it for the first time, it felt like a spaceship.
And one thing I would like to try out,
I haven't been in a spaceship, so how do I know what a spaceship feels like?
I don't know, SpaceX lady. One thing I'd like to try out, I'm kind of curious as to how well they're gonna work. Are those little sunshades that they have? They're kind of magnetic on the kind of at the A pillar, and they kind of go beside you.
I don't know.
They seem weird.
I don't know.
They seem really strange because they're like right in the middle of the glass.
That visor.
But the top part is tinted darker than the bottom part.
Yeah, that visor feels cheap.
You thought that's weird because you thought it felt cheap, and I thought it felt like something that would be on a really expensive car.
That visor felt cheap. It felt cheap to me. I don't know. It just felt very cheap.
And I guess I just like that it's magnetic on both sides. That's cool.
That visor felt cheap. That visor really felt cheap. I was like, what is this? This little toy that ain't gonna block no sun. Cause I got this big old glass that's gonna. But I mean, I'm not a visor person. I'll put on sunglasses if it gets that bright. But yeah.
One thing I mentioned when she was taking delivery, when I was kind of chatting I was in a chat and she was taking delivery live. I wanted her to check the fit and finish, but they told us that since it was a showroom model, like maybe you know different, but apparently the showroom models have the best fit and finish because they're out in malls and everything, and everyone's looking at them. So those come out pretty perfect. And I would say hers was a lot tighter than mine, and her ride quality is extremely quiet.
Exactly. The visor is very useless. It's pointless. Like it could have left it alone. I don't understand it.
Yeah,
I don't understand it.
I think maybe they could have just went with like a slightly darker tint, but maybe with a more aggressive fade to clear as it went to the front of the windshield. But I don't see us ever really using that. I think that's something you'll probably forget about more often than not.
Yeah.
The sun will have to be. We would have to pick a really bad time to start driving with the sun like right in our face to get desperate enough to use that.
I would never get that desperate. That thing feel like it's gonna just pop, like a little Barbie toy, just pop out. Yeah, but yeah, that was just pointless. The only other thing was the tint on the back windows. Because of Louisiana laws with tint, I don't think we'll be able to put any more tint on some of those windows because we could be tiptoeing in the verge of illegal.
Yeah, the back windows. I don't know if they're already tinted or well, they are tinted, but they seem like they're almost as dark as mine, and I've gotten mine tinted.
Yeah.
I think we might just have to do your
Front,
driver's side,
yeah.
passenger side, and that'll be it.
Yeah. They were very. I feel like if we put anything else on it, it's gonna become illegal, and that's another way to get a ticket.
Another thing I noticed is when you're sitting in the back, there's a little window over your head. It gives you a little extra headroom. But I didn't really notice that as far as like looking up, because even when you're in the back, you still kind of want to look out that giant front windshield.
Right.
Especially if you're tall enough to kind of see around the seat.
Right.
Maybe for a little kid, and you can like really look up and see, because it's kind of just something just giving me extra headroom.
Yeah.
That sunlight I have with the
think
window I have over me, but I think a little kid would love it.
I think London's gonna enjoy it because she won't be able to see over the seat really that well in her car seat. So being able to look up and see stuff, the sky, the same sky, she might not enjoy it that much. But hey, sky don't change that much. But yeah, she might enjoy it.
Yeah.
The only other thing that I liked about it was, again, it has pretty much the same quality as the exact car. You get the Slacker radio. I have satellite radio, which is something that's really, it's not like, oh my God, satellite, but what? It's not like, oh my God, because every time you go under a bridge, it's gone. But but it is nice to have options. Like you have the tune-in, you have Slacker, you have satellite, you have regular radio.
I don't know if they've changed it with the Model S, but with the Model S, you can only get satellite. When I ordered mine, you can only get satellite when you got the sunroof that opens and closes. And last I heard, that was an off-menu item. It's probably gone as of right now.
Well, I mean, it's cool to have. I mean, I like it. It's just I like the different options that we have in the Model X. And to me, from getting it now and having it, it does feel more of a car for a mom. I'm glad I didn't get the Model 3 because I've sat in the Model 3, and now that I can compare them to each other better, I'm more comfortable with the X. It does feel like I'm driving a huge, big old truck because I cannot see the front of that car.
Yeah, you can't.
Nothing in the world.
You can't see the hood.
I don't care how tall I get. I cannot see the front of that car. But thank God they have sensors everywhere. So now I can see how close I am to things, but I can't see anything in the world.
And we have a system of, well, not a system, that's probably too big. We have mirrors on each side of our garage that help us park, just so you're not scraping the wall, because it's pretty tight for both of us to be in there.
Right.
So I got those big long door mirrors that they sell. I think I got them at Walmart for like $7, something like that. And I just stand them up at since I back in, they're at my back right corner, and she pulls in, so they're at her back. Yeah, well, so they're gonna be at your back right corner also.
Yeah.
And kind of angled just enough so you can see from your mirror that you can get real close to the corner without touching.
Right.
because the car is a little conservative and it's not going to let you get as close as you want to be able to easily get out. So that helps also. And here's one weird thing about the car. Um, if you remember when we showed you what the car was supposed to look like, you might remember you might have saw that it was supposed to have black wheels, the Sonic carbon wheels, and when we get the car, it has the regular silver wheels. Now the good thing is China doesn't really like the black wheels.
The thing is, China didn't even spot that when it came off the truck.
I didn't spot it immediately because I was just so happy she got the car and I was just watching her reaction and everything, and then probably like when I got back to work when I finished driving, I sent her a message. Can you send me the VIN number? And then I started looking up the VIN number and everything matched, and it looked like they just adjusted the price of the car and they didn't tell us this.
Yeah.
Because we had already got a really good deal, and it looked like they took the price of those Sonic carbon wheels off of there, and so we got an even better deal. I think you would be hard pressed to find someone who paid less for a red Model X than we did, because especially considering I had that $5,500 credit for that Powerwall.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we did real good.
We did.
That kind of makes up for. Not completely, but it kind of makes up for the Louisiana tax credit going down since I bought my car, and the federal tax credit going down. It's still going to be about the same price.
Right. I mean, it's for the most part, I like it. I can't wait to start actually driving it.
It's hard to look at that beautiful car and just sitting in the driveway and not being able to drive it.
Yeah.
That red is so pretty.
So I got attacked by a horsefly.
We both got attacked by a horsefly. You want to talk about your incident first?
Yeah, and I want you to go for closing.
Yeah.
Yours is more interesting.
Mine is better. Okay, horseflies.
So I'm trying to get to the car. My Kia obviously is outside the garage. I hate having to go outside the garage to get into the car because it's humid. My hair is gonna puff up like it already is puffed up, but it puffs up even more. So I'm trying to get there. I have her in the car seat, trying to go down the hill and put her in the car. Then all of a sudden, this huge horsefly is just attacking and swarming me, and I'm just trying to swat it away so it doesn't get in the car with me. I'm frustrated. It's really hot and humid outside, so I'm just like, oh my God. I jump in the car, and then I realized I didn't have my purse because my purse was still in the X from when we were driving. So I had to get back out the car, go get the keys for the X, open up the X door, put the key back in the house, then take off. And all while trying to dodge a huge horsefly. Wonderful morning. Now, to this fabulous story.
Mine happened while I was already at work. I was driving a truck. I made it to my delivery location. And this is one of those really weird type of spots with potholes and slabs of concrete and dumpsters and like a narrow driveway you have to go through. It's the type of place where truck drivers will get into accidents and possibly stuck in giant potholes. Because if you haven't drove an 18-wheeler, like they can get stuck really easy in places if you get one of the wheels off the ground. But so I get to this place and I get myself lined up after getting through all the obstacles to back up to this scissor lift. I roll my window down and a horsefly flies in. And I jump out of the truck and I almost forget to pop the brakes. So that's...
I didn't hear this part of the
Yeah, I
story.
almost forget to pop the brakes. So like I was getting ready to jump out and then I had to like go back in and get the brakes. So I'm standing on like the steps trying to and swatting at the horsefly, and then he goes by like the defrost vents in the truck, and I use one of the mail bags to try to squash him, and I broke the windshield in the truck.
He literally
I
broke
the windshield in the truck. It already had a crack in the windshield, like a little rock chip. So probably because of that is why it broke, and because of that is why I didn't get charged for a preventable accident.
So question is, did you kill the horsefly?
I'm not even sure. I never saw it again. I'm not even sure if I killed it.
My job here is done.
Never saw him again.
First I was like, you know what? Mission accomplished. Knocking them out one by one. But yeah, just it was just a horrible experience getting in the car this morning. I was frustrated. Then I'm like, I see my car there, and everybody knows I got the car. So when you get to work, where's the car?
It's
It's at home.
on the left side of our driveway, in the garage.
It's at home. Oh, well, why you not driving it?
Because it's
Louisiana.
illegal.
It's illegal. It's Louisiana.
That's short answer. It's illegal.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Another thing that we're doing is we're using her. I've unplugged the mobile connector that's come to my car. That's what I've been using to charge my car since I've got it. I've had the 50 amp NEMA 1450 put in the garage, and I've been using the mobile connector. There's really no reason to get the wall connector other than it looks better and it can charge a little bit faster if you have the larger batteries, if I'm not mistaken. Because I think the cars with the smaller batteries, it doesn't really charge faster. That depends on which car you have. But now we're using hers, and I noticed hers is she has the new edition mobile connector, and the wires are a lot thinner, and it's a lot easier to maneuver. And hers has a warranty on it now, since I've blown through my warranty. So we'll be using that one.
Right. Right. So,
Just in case something happens to that one, because I did have to have mine replaced, and after like a year, I think mine was just faulty.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And it never actually stopped working. It was that weird thing where I either have to unplug it for a long time, or I could just bring it in here and plug it in the kitchen by the oven, and then take it back in there in the garage, and it would start working again. It was the weirdest thing.
I'm glad you got rid of it because it sounded like it was about to blow.
Yeah, the one I have now has been really good for us.
But
it gets a break now.
But other than that, I'm enjoying the car. The little bit of what I can do in it, which we tried to do the little make it dance thing.
Oh
whatever.
yeah, we did Model Xmas. We probably should have did it at a different time. We did it at about 7, 8 p.m.
Yeah.
We did it right before the sun went down, and it was really loud. And she has the upgraded audio in her car also. And it actually sounds really nice. I usually don't like upgraded audio systems from stock cars. It usually sounds exaggerated and it kind of weird to me, but hers sounds really good.
Well, it was loud, in other words.
My favorite part is when it's about to start and all the windows just go down.
Like, get ready.
Yeah, get ready. It's about to go down.
And our baby, London, she knows how to put the windows down.
Yeah, she immediately figured that out.
Immediately. Like, that was kind of shocking / scary. She immediately found out how to put the windows down. And I was like, girl, watch out now. Might have to turn child locks on. Which are somewhere in the settings. That I have to figure out just in case.
They're in there somewhere.
Man, I don't know what it is. But another thing, we have an Instagram page now.
Oh yeah.
Instagram.
We on the gram.
It's sad because I had an Instagram and I never posted to it. And I posted a picture of all of our cars. Zach did like a mini.
We did a little mini photo shoot
With the cars, and I posted the cars to my page that I think the last thing I posted was London at 3 days old on my page, and it got quite a few likes on it, and I was like, well, you know what, Zach, maybe we should start an Instagram. So we have an Instagram, and it's called go_Tesla. So go_Tesla. You can see pictures.
Which is the new, without the underscore.
Yeah.
The new name of this page.
Right. And posting pictures there, different stuff. I don't really know what Instagram is for. I'm going to try and keep it updated. But
I also had an Instagram page that I never posted to.
you had Instagram?
I think I do.
I thought you had Twitter.
No, I only use Twitter to follow Elon Musk. I joined Twitter just to get the first scoop on those bombs that Elon Musk drops.
Well, I ain't on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't really do anything on Twitter. I just get notifications when Elon Musk sends stuff.
Well, I'm gonna try and keep the Instagram updated. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do my best. But yeah, sometimes it just doesn't work out. And we're gonna try and do more videos, I think.
Yeah, now we can both do videos. I'm sure you're gonna be doing videos on break. You get to do you'll be taking breaks in your car.
Yes.
Which is one of the main reasons we got
Oh
it.
my God, I needed that car so bad today. I took a break in my car. I had to turn my air all the way up to 4, because that's as high as it goes, 4 on the little knob.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just not getting cool at all. I was back there dying. I had to find a shaded tree to park my car under. It was hard. I was miserable the whole time. I said, I ain't doing this tomorrow.
I'm gonna be replacing the cabin filter in my car soon. Just maybe I might get a little more airflow. And the one I have might be a little dirty, but that's something else I noticed about your car. You have a lot more. It's a stronger airflow out of your vents. Even in the back seat is just cool. Even with you got the vents in the B pillar and the vents from the center console. So.
Oh, I missed this. Why can't you drive the X? You want to tell her? Or him, or whoever.
In Louisiana, Tesla has to send registration information, and then you have to take that to the DMV, and then you pay the taxes and everything, and then you can drive the car.
State of Louisiana, baby.
But it's going to take, they said 7 to 10 days to send out that information for us to bring it to the DMV.
State of Louisiana.
So it doesn't have a license plate, it doesn't have a temporary tag, it doesn't have
anything.
An inspection sticker.
So Louisiana is the reason why I can't drive my car.
Oh, Louisiana. We live here for sure.
Wouldn't trade it for the world. Well,
there are 50 states in this nation, and Louisiana is one of them.
Is it 50? I need to go back to geography.
50 states?
I thought we had, didn't we add some?
Those are territories.
I thought we was at 51.
You went to public school. Are you giving DC credit for it? Not a state.
The coaches taught geography.
Oh, yeah, coaches do teach all the social studies.
we talked about...
It's definitely 50 stars.
I thought they added one, though. Look. Doing my best here.
In other Tesla news, they're finally starting to display the correct prices on the cars if you're looking at buying a Tesla. That was a thing that they did that kind of bothered me. I wasn't a fan of it. They would show the price, including tax credits and fuel savings, without knowing if you're really qualified for the tax credits or how much you drive to come up with the fuel savings. So now they show the actual sticker price in a more prominent position. I think that's just fair. Because I would hate to be a person who's looking at the price of the car and then think they have something they can afford, and then they start the order process, and then it's like, whoa, it's actually $8,000 more. You know. Yeah.
I'm still messed up with geography.
It's 50 for sure. Nobody counted on that? It's definitely 50. I think someone would agree.
Agree with saying someone. I feel so bad that I don't like. Oh my God.
Oh, the other big thing was the superchargers are sort of limiting people to 80%. What?
There's 50.
Yeah.
But some people say 52.
This isn't what this page is for.
I know, okay, I'm just saying. Some people say 52.
Who?
That's what Google said.
Okay. superchargers are being limited to 80%.
Let's talk about the states that aren't listed that have Tesla chargers in them. See if they're really states. Let's talk about those other states. Those are additional states with superchargers. Oh goodness. What you had to say? Okay, I'm stopped.
Yeah, the superchargers is being limited to 80% in like the weakest kind of way. You just basically it's just recommending you charge to 80% at this point. Like you can just move the bar over and it'll change it back to 100% if you wanted to, or if your journey is already plugged into the trip planner and it shows that you actually need more than 80%, then it won't limit it to 80%. So that was the thing that everyone made a big fuss about, and then it was kind of much ado about nothing.
I ain't going nowhere. Because I don't even know how many states. I ain't going nowhere. Because I don't even know how many states we got.
It's so confused. You're really overthinking this.
It's best I just stay at home.
And they're bringing back free. They brought back free supercharging for the inventory models. I think we just missed that. I don't think it would have been worth it to risk the deal that we got. But
I want to call them.
The inventory ones are supposed to have free supercharging. But I wish instead of doing free unlimited supercharging, I wish they would just do free supercharging up until 80%. That way. Because if you give something away for free, people are going to abuse it. But if you just give it free to 80%, at least they'll use it in a way that doesn't make the experience terrible for everyone else because someone is waiting twice the time to charge from 80% to 100% that they took to charge from 20 to 80%.
It's so inconsistent to me. The business. The business is so inconsistent.
What do you mean?
It's like, oh, here goes the price today. Here goes the price tomorrow. Here goes the price today. Here goes the price tomorrow. Oh, it's free supercharger for you. Oh, not free for you. Oh, free for you. Free for you. Oh, but wait, you don't get it. Oh, you get it though. Hold up. Who gets what?
But it's just like a car dealership anywhere. The problem is Tesla kind of operates as a nationwide or worldwide car dealership. So they're throwing out the same deals that you see on the commercial. We probably can turn the TV on now and somebody's going to be yelling $5,000 off Dodge Ram.
No credit.
Yeah. And they'll have like a clown or a person riding a horse or something.
No credit. No problem. Oh.
$5,000 off. We're trying to get the 2019s out of here because the 2020s are coming.
Coming here for this Memorial Day sale.
Like Tesla does the same thing. They're just always doing it.
It's just in the way that they're...
And it's nationally, so it's weird because it's so... it's consistent everywhere.
If you use your own referral code, didn't you get 10,000 miles free supercharging?
I think it's going to show up. I don't know where it shows up on there. It should be. I think was it 5,000?
It showed 5,000.
It should show up somewhere on there.
That's why I'm out of debt and stacking that crypto cheddar. Ooh, you get crypto cheddar. That's something I see a lot of people are getting into. Cryptocurrency. My mind right now is super weak to even read upon something like that. As you can see, I don't even know how many states we have.
That's a weird thing. We didn't talk about the Model Y. Because that was kind of like the long shot that I was kind of, like I had, like the little fish I had out on the hook. And I was trying to get you into the Model Y, just knowing that it would be a little cheaper. But basically nothing fell into place. It doesn't come out at the right time. That's the main thing. Because their lease would have ended in January.
I don't like that screen. No offense to anyone that drives a Model 3. I have short arms. They're really short. They do not reach that far. And I need to have both of my hands on the wheel at all times.
I don't like that they got rid of the buttons.
Or close to the wheel.
I don't like that they got rid of so many buttons and the car doesn't completely drive itself yet. I think that's something you do after level 5 full self driving. Like when it works, it has regulatory approval, and you don't need buttons. Because I don't like the idea of taking my eyes off the steering wheel. I mean, take my eyes off the road to do anything on the touchscreen. But sometimes you just have to.
Grace said, I thought the wheel controlled the screen, though. It controls certain things on the screen, but not everything. I think, like, if you want to change, like, the direction of, like, airflow, like, the vents, isn't that all in that screen?
You talking about why?
Yeah, no, 3.
Yeah, it'll be the same.
Yeah, it's all controlled in that screen. So, if you don't want it to be pointed this way, which I can just move my vents to how I want them to be. Yeah, instead of having to dig wherever it may be in the settings and find out where it is. Yeah, anytime you gotta look at the screen for more than a couple seconds, I feel like,
I think
yeah.
I think at the end of the day, I ended up liking the Model Y more than she does. At first, I didn't really care for the event. We were gonna go live during the event, but I was super sick, and I actually had to go to the hospital, and that was also our anniversary.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was gonna be fun, but that couldn't happen.
It wasn't that good of a time.
It was about a 105 I was running.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad.
It was pretty bad. Rough time.
Yeah, but I actually like the Model Y more than you do. I think I'm kind of interested in getting in something that sits up a little higher.
Yeah.
Because my back isn't getting any younger, and I just refuse to do the stretches that I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see you getting something like that, and it'll work out better for you. Especially with the times that you have to go to work. I mean, there's not many people on the road, so if you do take your eyes off of it for a couple seconds, it's not like you're about to run smack dead in the back of someone. While me, I'm usually in bumper to bumper traffic.
Yeah, I'm so spoiled when it comes to traffic. Like I drive to work usually between 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. So it's just me and like 7 other cars, and then like 5 more state troopers just hoping to catch somebody. And I just cruise on in, and then I usually get off work like usually the right before or right after the lunch rush. So it's more no traffic. So anytime I do get stuff in traffic, I just lose it because I start whining like a baby because I'm not used to it anymore.
Right.
But I like the Model Y. I like the if you look on their website, they have this red one that looks like a Prius on their website, which I hate. I don't like the little digital images they put on their website. I don't even understand why they do that. But I like there's a blue one that they have in all the videos. That one looks amazing. I wish they would just take pictures of their cars that they have. Like just take the cars out in sunlight and just take pictures. They only have 5 colors to choose from. It seems like they can have that done in a couple hours.
Grace said if I wasn't invested into other stuff, I'd think about buying Tesla at the current price. Looks like he's talking about stock. Tesla will be $950 stock in the future. You could buy 5 Model Ys with the profit.
So depending on how much you're trying to buy, I don't give stock advice because
You're just starting.
Yeah, I am very lightly invested in Tesla, and it's rough right now, but it'll go back up. It goes down. It goes up. They have some external forces that aren't playing in their direction right now. That they aren't really blaming anything on anybody, which is good on their part. But the things they're doing in Shanghai look really good. That factory is coming up incredibly fast, like almost scary fast.
Wait a second. Didn't Elon get in the news for saying that he wanted people to live on Mars?
Yeah.
I don't know why that just came to me.
I think that's like a long-term plan with SpaceX. It may or may not ever happen. I think he's probably got to stay footed no pun intended, for what he's working with on this planet.
Mm-hmm. He sure got his hands in a lot.
He also went on the Ride the Lightning podcast and said the Tesla pickup truck is going to start at under $50,000
And it's gonna be better than the Ford F-150.
and better than the F-150. So that's huge. Hopefully it looks nice. Hopefully it doesn't look like a weird mobile. He
Know.
sounds super excited about it. He's like when he talks about the pickup truck, he sounds the same way he was when he talked about the Falcon Wing doors on the Model X, and everyone knows the Falcon Wing doors cause a lot of problems getting them to work right and to get the rear seats just the way he wanted them to. So it could be really great. I hope it's really great, but it could be a little too much for a lot of the the areas where people like to buy trucks. Definitely from like in the mountains on through Texas all the way through the southeast.
I don't know. We gonna see about this truck. Cause Louisiana is a big truck state. Like a good truck. Like a rock. Mm. Like a rock.
Did you hear about the Tesla that caught fire at a supercharger?
Yes, I saw the supercharger. It was burnt.
Yeah, the supercharger took a little damage itself. That was, I guess, it's a little concerning. But usually when something like this happens, you find out that either something was wrong with the battery or like it's like a one-off error or something like that. But you just wait till they investigate and just see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. But they did issue an update to supposedly stop this from happening. I don't know if it was this fire or another fire, but that's weird because it's kind of reminds me of like the accident, the safety meetings we do, where they tell you not to ever apologize if you ever do get in an accident with someone because it's kind of like it's kind of like an admission of guilt. So I'm serious. Like if they
Oh my God.
What?
Get out there.
Like if you they seriously say never say you're sorry because it's like an admission of guilt. So like if Tesla is if a vehicle catches fire and they release an update to stop that from happening, it's kind of like they're saying in a weird kind of way that they're taking some sort of responsibility. I'm serious.
Oh my.
It's not necessarily true that you're guilty, but it can be seen that way if you just jump out of your vehicle and you say I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying.
Wait.
If you laughing, you're making me feel like I'm crazy.
Hashtag not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Oh God. Oh Lord.
We gotta get you a
Jump out the back. There's somebody in the back.
We gotta get
What you want me to do about it?
We gotta get you a USB, a little empty USB drive. I guess we probably have some. We might as well just get a new one for your car so it can record on the cameras if anyone messes with your car. Because apparently in some places that's a big thing, and a lot of people are starting to go to jail for messing with Teslas because they're getting caught on camera, and people are sending those videos to the police. So no class to everyone who's messing with Teslas, and I guess for no particular reason because they be hating. Yeah. Stop messing with Teslas. We got cameras now.
If you mess with my car while it's on my job's parking lot, you're going to be recorded either way. And then we can go look you up. So, yes. Don't play with my car. No, we can get that. How big it gotta be? The flash drive.
I don't think it has a max on the size. I forgot. That came out a while ago. I'll have to look that up again. My car doesn't do it because I'm just AP 2.0, year 2.5.
Hey, the
You're,
problem though is that everything going to start being tracked from all those cameras though. I don't really mind that because I'm not really doing nothing bad, and I wouldn't actually mind the cameras getting pretty much everything because even if you get into a wreck type of situation, I wouldn't mind being able to pull that footage and go like, sis, you know you cut in front of me because you get that a lot where people don't want to admit to guilt. They don't want to admit to their faults, and then they'll be like, roll the footage though.
uh, I guess the cameras don't bother me too much anymore, especially with, um, I guess a couple of updates ago to the app where they allow you to do the updates on the car from the phone and you don't have to go out to the car. Because I didn't always remember to put clothes on when I went back to the garage. When I get this update that's telling me that I got an update on the car, I just run to the garage because it's like Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So there shouldn't be any more incriminating video of me at Tesla headquarters.
It says, it's not that Tesla's bad, it's what or who is sold the Tesla data or hacks it, etc. No system is secure. Google was hacked already many times, just gets covered up. Most China hacks stuff, I guess.
I just hope that their bug bounty program just keeps going strong.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they have people out that are willing to help them find all the little small things. It's usually people seem to be finding ways to get in through the web browser, and they usually have to have access to the car and they have to be tied into the car. So what they have is pretty secure, but there's always someone that's ready to outsmart the system. So as long as they keep improving it, and that's a lot of things they do when you get updates and it doesn't show anything. A lot of it's just security upgrades that they do. What's that?
Not Tesla related.
Oh.
I.e., none of your business.
Hey.
None of your business. Mind your business. But, yeah. First 48's been good.
First 48.
Within the first 48.
And you're on your first 48 hours with my car. And tomorrow I'll go record my 60,000 mile review of my Model S.
Yeah.
60,000 miles.
Gray says on the autonomy date thing, they said all the drive data is anonymous after it goes into their system, but we don't have the code, so we have to just trust them, and they don't exactly do everything they say.
One thing I'm curious about with the full self-driving and as it relates to the Tesla network is um, when you lease a Model 3, if it's what they're saying now, at the end of the lease, you don't get the opportunity to buy the car from Tesla. So my thing is, if the Tesla network isn't up and ready to go, are they gonna kind of, I guess, renege and you try to offer people the chance to buy that car, or are they gonna keep the cars and try to sell them as CPO? It seems like if you're gonna do that, you might as well give people the chance to buy the car.
This is Tesla related. So I have people tagging me now in the Tesla pickup truck
It's not going to look like that for
to be
sure.
priced below 50,000. Makes the Ram seem puny. It's the title of this. This is an interesting design. It's actually kind of cool. I actually like this.
It kind of look like
I
they
wish I
just
could
took a
show it
bunch
on
of pieces from other trucks.
Yeah, I wish I could show it. I don't think it's gonna come up though.
Oh, I think it does.
Oh.
That's the one she's looking at. It looks like pieces from other trucks
Yeah.
kind of piecemeal together.
Yeah. It's all over the place. The picture's all over the place. I apologize. I think Tesla's move is to use the used pre-owns and the rest of the vehicles sitting currently waiting for customers to earn return on investment each month. $30K a year equals $2,500 a month each car. CJD LV says, I think Tesla plan is to take the lease cars back and turn them into Tesla-owned robo-taxis. Ooh, robo-taxis.
Also, I don't remember if I mentioned it in the other video of my cousin. She got her Model S, so now in the family we have 3. So 3 in our family.
Yeah. No,
She got a.
we
She
have
got
4.
a. She got yeah. London has Beast.
So you want to tell the name of yours is?
The name of mine is Storm,
And the name of my Model X is Gambit.
and hers is Green Hornet.
And London
Is Beast.
Yes. So all some type of superhero character, family, yeah.
She got hers from a dealership in Carrollton, Texas called I Drive One, and like she had me on the phone the whole time she was buying the car, and it kind of changed my perception of what used car dealerships know and don't know about Teslas. So I would kind of change my recommendation if you're going to buy a used Tesla from a used car dealership. Lean towards one that has multiple Teslas on their lot, because they had like an entire Tesla section, and they had their Tesla chargers on the wall. They had people that knew about Teslas. They had a really good setup over there, and I could hear the guy over the phone saying the same type of nerdy stuff that I would be saying. And like you can tell that he probably follows Elon on Twitter also, like knowing like the little nits and details that aren't really all that important, especially to somebody that's just trying to sell a car. But that was cool.
Yeah. I don't know.
Unlike the dealerships out here that don't even list the cars with the correct number that's on the back of the car.
Not a camera view.
Hmm? Oh,
Yeah, we have a place that I'm not gonna mention their name. They have a Tesla for sale, and the ad is kind of hilarious. I laugh at it.
what is this?
They're having like a little conversation. Back in the day, people were arrested for plugging and answering machines to the Bell South phone system. God dang! No one ever imagined what we were doing today was possible. Yeah.
My bill.
Could you imagine being a kid thinking at one point in time you're gonna be FaceTiming or talking with people on the internet through a phone?
Random people in the world. I remember my first time playing a video game online. And like being able to like.
Oh, online. I was about to say my computer only came with the what was the pinball machine?
Oh yeah, I had that one too.
Yeah.
That was like what, 3rd grade?
Mhm.
Maybe 4th grade.
Mhm.
And now computers are like these things. Like if the computer stopped working, you just throw it away. You just get another one.
I mean, can you imagine London will never know what it's like to not have a cell phone?
No. Yeah, she just takes phones from us. She's too much.
She's more than too much.
She's a rock star. She runs this joint.
Jesus, don't say her name too many times. She wakes up. It's like Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. London.
And that's why she's the beast.
Burst. So, anyone have any questions?
Model X versus Model X related? Model S related? My car? Experiences? Storm? Gambit?
Gambit, the Raging Cajun.
The color red? We're working on decorating our garage.
Okay,
I'm
opinions. Opinions.
Hmm?
To everyone that's watching. If you had the choice, what would you do? Would you rather paint your garage? What is the longest trip you guys went on in the Tesla, and how was it?
The longest trip we went on was before I upgraded the battery from 60 to 75. We drove from here all the way to Orlando, And then while we were out there, we did one stop in Tampa, then back to Orlando, then back here. We
Woo.
went out to the parks, Disney, Universal, Busch Gardens, SeaWorld. SeaWorld, I think, is the best.
Busch Gardens.
Busch Gardens, we got stuck on a roller coaster.
Only because I wished it. I wished evil that whole trip.
And you wouldn't stop.
And I wouldn't
We got
stop.
stuck on Cheetah Hunt.
And I'm not gonna even say
And it
nothing.
was so weird because they had like a process, like ready to go. Like it's obvious that ride gets stuck a lot because they were like, well, more people got stuck again. Give them some free ride. What's it called when you get the go through the line? Like give them some free fast passes. Ride got stuck again, and then we went to another ride, and we kind of walk around like the zoo area, and another ride out there was getting stuck. The one that just spins around.
I mean, they had a lot of issues with the wind that day.
Yeah.
It was very windy. And my feet we had walked Disney. We did Disney, all the parks in one day.
Yeah, don't recommend it.
Don't recommend it at all. All the parks in one day. So imagine Zach. Zach got long legs. He taking long strides. And my little short feet is just trying to keep up with him. My feet was done by the time.
And the thing about Disney is it's physically doable in one day, but you spend so much time waiting in line.
Right.
It's not possible. Because the park, it's big, but there's not a ton of things for adults to do. It's great. It's excellent for kids.
Everybody should experience it once.
And unfortunately, that was my first time going to Disney World.
And it was too late.
So
you should have did it way long ago. But for me, like, my feet was hurting, and I just needed a place to sit down, and we was waiting in a long line, and man, I needed to sit down, and I said, you know what, I'd rather this ride shut down while I'm on it, just like I said.
Okay, we got someone recommending fraud.
Recommended fraud?
Yes.
What? Is there any possibility? Wait. Is that what we're reading?
That was the best way.
Oh, wait. Whoa. Best way to do it is pretend your leg's messed up, put a fake cast on, get one of them electric EV chairs. Best experience ever. Wow.
Like he might be joking, but I have 3 family members that I know will do that.
Don't we all have someone that we know will do something like that?
For sure.
I mean, somebody. Is there any possibility that you guys will switch cars at some point in the future? Switch? Switch? Not so much switch. I may take his car.
Yeah.
And he may take,
I get like on the days when it's time to get an inspection sticker, I'll probably take her car. Or
it'll never get done.
like if I wanted,
like on a Thursday, maybe if he was doing some type of, maybe he wanted to do some type of maybe flex or something like that, and he wanted to get something. I don't know. He took the baby for me to daycare on a Thursday. I could take his car and he could use mine.
I guess we would probably use each other's cars more than we used to because I just hated driving her car so much. Because my car just completely spoiled me. And it's not really a bad car. It's just not a Tesla.
You done became so bougie.
I mean, it's
so bougie. Who are
spoiling.
you?
It's really hard to jump in that Kia after being in a Tesla. We used to have, like, what was it, 2.5 years ago? We had 2 Kias in our driveway, 2 Kias in our garage. Now we have 2 Teslas. That's awesome.
Yeah. Gary says, I'm joking. They do have a lot of those chairs, though. You can just ask them and be honest with your situation. Electric chairs should be for everyone anyway. Laugh out loud. Like the new movie, Wall-E. Okay, makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, we probably won't be doing too much, like, switching.
Yeah, not just for the sake of switching.
Yeah, because that just confuses things because he'll
Cause, I,
end up
cause,
having
cause
my
she,
badge for work and I'm going to be mad because I can't get in the door.
cause you have her most of the time to take her to daycare, and that car and your car is so much better just for dealing with her.
Yeah.
So it's
And I have so much stuff in my car that's for my job. Like, I have badges, I have all types of stuff that I leave in my car because if I don't have it to go to work, I can't get in certain doors or whatever. So, yeah. So I need my car because we're not going to remember to get everything out the car and move it to the other car.
that's kind of something I was thinking about because another thing pertaining to full self driving, I also have a gate I have to go through when I get to work, and I have to use my badge to get in that gate. And the gate closes, and you need the badge again to get out. So if I even wanted to use like full self driving, like to I guess to put the car on a Tesla network while I was at work, then I would have to either get out at the gate and like walk like a quarter of a mile all the way to where it might even be further than a quarter of a mile to where I have to go and clock in because the car can't use the badge to get itself out of that gate. So anyone who has a situation like that, they won't be able to use it unless Tesla has some cool trick up their sleeve.
You better not have that car driving itself.
No, I don't think I want to. I think they're really overestimating the type of person who wants to buy a Tesla and the intersection of people who want to buy a Tesla and also want to let anyone drive their Tesla who are willing to pay half the price of an Uber. I don't think it's that many people. I think most of them are going to have to be owned by Tesla.
My car ain't going to drive itself. My car ain't gonna drive.
I have
Thinking
a
about getting a Tesla would be doing road trips in. Would you recommend a used Tesla P90D or a new Model 3 with full self driving?
wow, everybody's 3 versus Model S.
P90D? How used is this used?
P90Ds. That's gonna be. I think that was late 2015 through most of 2016. Um, it sounds like they didn't make the 90 batteries very long, and it's from what I hear the 85 batteries may have been better than the 90 batteries, but some people say the 90s were better. So I would definitely check on what that car charges to see what the degradation already is. Because I've seen some 90 batteries that don't have a lot of range at all.
Then you need to check where you're getting it from.
Um, uh, I would probably go with the Model 3 just because it's newer. The P90D is probably going to have like some little squeaks and some rattles. It's not going to have the range. It's not going to charge as fast. Um, it's not as efficient as you're going to be using more electricity at home. You will get free supercharging. So if you drive a lot,
Right.
but you're going to be stopping more to charge.
Hmm.
So,
You need it. Okay.
oh, I didn't really finish answering the question about the road trip we took. We stopped a bunch of times going to Orlando. Well, not a bunch of times. It wasn't bad. We got to kind of check out some spots. The cool thing about taking a road trip in a Tesla is, even though you have to stop more and it takes longer, like it forces you to take breaks. So when you get to your destination, you're not worn out. Because I feel like I had a lot more energy when we got to Orlando driving all the way from here than when we got to Memphis when we drove in a gas car and we just had one stop.
I know I did. I was asleep the
When we
whole
got to
time.
Memphis, I had to lay down for a while. But when we kind of hopped and skipped superchargers to Orlando, which is a good bit longer than Memphis, and we went straight to what's the name of that little museum?
Well,
The
in
wacky,
Memphis?
the little wacky, no, in Orlando, little wacky house.
Oh, believe it or not,
Yeah,
Ripley's.
Ripley's. Yeah, we went straight there after we unloaded our luggage. Yeah, it wasn't really.
It was sticky.
That place, that place needed a little, like a little
Well,
vacuum.
the first thing was someone had threw up on the ground, and I realized why they probably threw up on the ground because they probably walked through the tunnel at the end,
Yeah.
and the tunnel is kind of yeah, and it was throw up everywhere. So yeah. So question, do you guys see more Teslas around where you live? I think you said you had the
Yes.
only Tesla in town when you first purchased the S.
I wasn't the only Tesla in town. Like, what the thing I
was
noticed
scarce.
is the thing.
Very.
Yeah, they were very scarce. The thing I noticed about Teslas is I would usually see them when I was close to hospitals. I don't know if I'm just like, I don't know if I was just looking harder or if it's just. I just assumed it was because more doctors had them. Like,
I think you were seeing the same doctor at
I
different hospitals.
probably was because it was usually between. It was an area where a good group of hospitals are, and I don't remember if they were all the same color. But usually when I was pretty close to hospitals, I was seeing them. And I work next to a hospital, and I do see a all white Model XP90D all the time. But I mean now I see at least one Tesla every day. Like, and that's in when I'm driving to Lafayette. When I'm in New Orleans, I saw one the other day, and I don't even go there often. But I see them on it. Today I saw a red Model 3 right behind a red Model S. So
They're everywhere now.
yeah, it's not uncommon for me to see multiple a day. I don't see them as many as I see like Camaros or anything like that.
Right.
But it's definitely more now than it was in 2016.
The Model 3 takeover is real.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just going to Frontline because I think Gray was giving Frontline some tips. Seen some 2016 for about $57K fully loaded. Yeah, so he's just saying that he saw some, and someone said you can get a Model S used for $39K, Model 3 for $35 to $37K. If you're paying $57K, you are buying the top end of the market.
Yeah.
Yeah. Donovan said, "Hey, so hey."
Cause you can get 60s like 2012, 2013 Model S60s if you can find one in the high 20s. I guess if it's in rough shape, it might be in the mid 20s. But I know for a fact that you can get one 85 in the low 30s. You know, usually a P85 is about the same thing as an 85, but once I think he was looking at a P90, and that's a little newer. It's gonna have autopilot for sure. P90 and dual motors, a little nicer, a little more expensive, but I still think the Model 3 is a better. I don't know if I would go if the Model 3 isn't too small for you, then I would go with the Model 3.
Yeah, he is in his own world talking. I'm just kind of like, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just thinking out loud.
Yeah, I'm like
that guy in that skit. I'm not making eye contact with the camera. I'm just
going with the flow.
I'm just thinking.
Yeah. Thank you, Donovan. Yes. Frontline says I have a Leaf now that charges 80 miles a charge. Definitely not cutting it. I can only imagine road tripping with 300 miles. I normally road trip to Orlando from here in Bama. So he road trips from Orlando. He's coming from Alabama.
In the Leaf?
Yeah.
I guess so. I guess there's some good Chattermo charging stations along the way. I believe the Leaf has Chattermoo. That's kind of like the supercharger.
Yeah.
For 9 Teslas. But I think the Electrify America network is going to be like the new big thing. Even though it's pretty much not for Teslas at all. Even though most of them have like 1 or 2 Chattermo connectors, and then you would have to buy the adapter to use a Tesla at the Chattermo station just so you can charge slower than you would at a supercharger. It's just, and then pay more. I feel like you got to really be in the bind to bring your Tesla to one of those, because pretty much everywhere they have one, they have a good amount of Tesla superchargers, at least within 200 miles. maybe 2 in each direction.
Let's see. I think we're right here. Frontline, you can get a Model 3 now for a good deal. If you can find, I think that's Copart dealer. Look up Copart lot. And see if you can get it checked out. IRL. I don't know that acronym. What is IRL? In real life?
I guess so.
I think that's in real life. As you can see, we're not social media gurus here.
Oh.
Oh. Said that's pretty nice. No, not in Leaf. Okay, no, he didn't do that in the Leaf.
The deals on the Model 3s are hard to come by. It's like people are selling them as if they don't depreciate. And I know Elon Musk said that they are appreciating assets, but that's not a thing yet. Especially when the lease payments are basically the same as a comparably priced BMW. So you think you would get a better deal if they were appreciating assets.
So Clay Day says, hi from Fort Worth, Texas, just chimed in. Have you talked much about your ex? And I said, yes, I have.
We talked about the ex, and we talked about your neighbors to the north in Carrollton, Texas, where my cousin got her Model S.
Yep.
At a used car dealership.
Yeah. So, yeah, I love it. First 48, I can't drive it right now. Still waiting on paperwork to register it because Louisiana is just funny with their stuff. So it's illegal for me to drive it right now.
No license plate, no registration, no inspection sticker.
It's really beautiful on the inside. I love it. Has a great new car smell.
Storage. It drives so quiet.
Yeah. Everybody in the neighborhood was waving when I was driving.
Which I was a little worried about because yours is all-wheel drive and mine is just rear-wheel drive. And in 2016, it was still a thing that the all-wheel drives were a little louder because you have the motor in the front that's a little closer to you. But I didn't notice that in your car. I think they've just tightened up the build of the cars. Maybe they're using a little more insulation. I don't know, but it was perfectly quiet.
Let's see. No, I didn't lease it. But I want to go back to this question by Justin. You think the S/X will go to landscape screen next interior refresh? Me, I think it is. That's why I got mine now.
Yeah. I think they're going to end up making the S and the X more like the Model 3. I mean, I don't really like it, but I can see it from a business standpoint to kind of make things a little more similar, make things easier for your developers. I mean, I like having the 2 screens, even though you don't necessarily need it. And I drove a Model 3. It's not a big deal to get used to having the 1 screen, but it just feels so much nicer to have 2 screens.
Yeah. My only fear with the interior.
But I do like the air ventilation. So I wasn't done. My bad. Okay, you go.
No, you just finished.
I'll finish. I do like the ventilation system in the Model 3 a lot better than I have in the Model S. It is better. You go ahead and take over. Move here.
So, I forgot exactly what I was about to say. Oh no, here it comes. Yeah. Coming back to me. Oh, my biggest fear with the interior refresh is they're going to put screens in the back seats for the people sitting in the back. Screens for the people in the back
because that's something you would want.
That's something that I would want.
Yeah.
And I was saying, you know what? This kind of happens every time you get a car. The next car always has something that you want.
I think they might do something like that, but at the same time, not everybody has an iPad. Everybody has a cell phone. They might not worry too much about putting a screen in the back.
But I would rather not have to put my iPad in the back, because when people see an iPad in the back, what do they want to do? They want to take it.
Well, you don't leave it in the car. It's portable.
Okay, well, yeah, I don't want to have to worry about getting it out.
Oh.
I got enough stuff to carry. Got the laptop, I got the bag, I got the child, I got this, I got that, I got this. I don't have to worry about the laptop too. I mean, the whatever. Okay, so we had a lot of stuff going on. Sorry. He cut me off.
Somebody commented screens in the back won't catch on. They really haven't. Like people have been doing it with like the little DVD players for a while.
DVD player.
A lot of them. It's really only minivans that really have kind of taken the idea of putting screens in the back for children, or for entertainment for people in the back. That's the only area it's really caught on.
They talking about you.
Who? Where?
Okay, let me go back and read the other comments. They say, I'm so happy for you guys on your X. I haven't seen any people of our color driving Tesla. Really, that's crazy because we have we're in an African American group for EV drivers.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of African Americans out there
That are just as nerdy as you and I are.
Yeah, super nerdy. Hope none of them are watching this. A bunch of geeks. And we all have most of them have their cars named after super characters, superheroes. You're like, yeah, we're a bunch of geeks. Yep, he's in his own world.
I'm always in my own world.
Grace said, I'm about 100% sure next refresh they will remove the steering wheel. Someone said my buddy is 6'4". He drove the Model 3 just fine.
Mm-hmm.
And you drove the Model 3, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. You were fine.
I had a good bit of headroom, and I don't even think I had the seat all the way up. Like it's definitely a lot bigger on the inside than it looks on the outside.
Miles Davis once asked John Coltrane, why do you play your solo so long? And Coltrane replied, because that's how long it takes to get out. It takes to get out. Your husband had to get it out. Yeah, he sure did. He is something else. Someone said, thanks, Justin. I may go with the 3. My girl will be the one driving, mostly our first Tesla anyway, and can't see her going ludicrous mode at all.
I guess the only thing I really don't like is because I can deal with just having the one screen in the center. The only thing I really don't like about the screen is it's not really integrated into the dash. It kind of looks like an afterthought.
The dash for the Model 3?
Yeah, I kind of wish it was kind of more like one nice piece.
Man, I sat in that thing. It just wasn't my cup of tea. It's just so simplistic, and I love simplistic things, but I feel like now, like, in a car, I'm not. Like, I'm simplistic when it comes to stuff in my house. Like, I don't need a lot of crazy stuff all over the place and flashing lights. But in my car, I feel like I need it for some strange reason.
Someone asked how many times we made our ex dance. We did it one half a time.
And we immediately turned it off.
It was way too loud.
It was so loud. Like,
and we had neighbors outside that were playing with their kids, and everybody stopped what they were doing.
Like, what the hell?
It's like, okay, this is way more attention than either one of us want right now.
Right.
So this might be something we can bring out for Christmas or something.
Maybe.
Or we can go do it we could definitely go do it at my mom's house.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of land and.
So Zach is from the country.
Yeah, I'm from the country.
And they love his car out there. They think it's amazing. So when they see something like that, they might go, what in the world? What in the world? Because I love when they ask that. That's that car that drives itself, ain't it? His face. Don't that thing drive itself? And it's so funny because it seems like every time we come, there's someone who wants to take a picture with his car. And it's hilarious. Because I'm like...
Yeah. The cars command a lot of attention.
Did you want to tell them about Mardi Gras next year?
Yeah, we're putting the cars in a Mardi Gras parade. locally. Just not a New Orleans type of deal. This isn't like a A-rated Mardi Gras parade. It's just something fun in the community. Just throwing candy out the window here, bringing out cars.
So country.
Candy and beads.
It's just out the window.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have a parade.
I might even decorate the car a little bit.
Decorate not mine.
Oh, no.
Not mine. You ain't put no decorations in mine. It's gonna be factory. It's a factory.
I said might.
Well, you can hang one bead off of my window or something, but you ain't putting nothing on mine. Okay, back to this. Ooh, we got some. Donovan says he saw the poster 2 this weekend, and I can say nope. The poster, is that an electric vehicle?
Poster is made by, is it Volvo? Volkswagen? Who makes the poster?
Who makes the poster?
It's either Volvo or Volkswagen. Sometimes I get them mixed up in my head.
Well,
But yeah, I thought it was I think it's a pretty good looking car. It's just, when you look at other cars and you compare them to what Tesla is offering, especially electric cars, it's hard to choose those other cars over a Tesla unless you just really like
Volvo.
the interior, or or if you like that brand or something. Because as far as like range and efficiency and performance, like nobody's really getting close to what Tesla's doing, and like you would thought people would be catching up by now, and they're not. They're really not.
Well, there is that fancy Rivian.
And then the ones that are, they aren't making a lot of.
That fancy Rivian.
Because I think a lot of companies are making the same mistake that Tesla did when they made the original Roadster. They thought they could kind of just go with Lotus, kind of take a bunch of stuff from them, put a battery and a motor in, and they would have an electric car. And they ended up having a headache, and they ended up not even using that much stuff from Lotus. And yeah, so I think a lot of other automakers are maybe going in a little headstrong, and it's not as easy as they may have thought it would be.
Can you find the name of the group? What's the name of the group that we're in? The Facebook group, the African American group, and say it for Frontline. He wanted to find it. We're in quite a few groups. So if you're in Louisiana, there's a Louisiana EV group. There's a Louisiana Tesla group. There is a female Tesla group.
African American Tesla owners.
Oh, there it is.
And the other group is EV Hybrid Noir, which means family.
Alright. But yeah, we have we're in a ton of groups. And I've gotten added to a ton of groups.
Tesla Divas.
We have Louisiana Tesla group, Louisiana EV group. I'm pretty sure Zach is in the worldwide Tesla group.
Oh yeah, that group is a cesspool sometimes. It really is.
We know who's about to get the
really
boot.
Bad.
We know who's about to get the boot.
I mean, that group is rough.
And I'm pretty sure, I think you're in a Tesla Model S group.
Mm-hmm.
So
Model S owners.
yeah. So let's see. I see a lot of people talking about. I think there's an electric bike. There's a bunch. I see a bunch of different bikes. So I'm assuming you guys are talking about a motorcycle or that's electric.
I need to get caught up on Rich Rebuild's videos. I don't really get time to watch a lot of videos. I mostly can do podcasts because that's something I can do while I'm at work, when I'm either unloading the trailer or while I'm driving. And I don't like his videos are more visual. You can kind of see what he's doing, so I can't really appreciate them, but I can with a podcast.
Rich is the best. He in those groups, he just lets his opinion known.
Yeah.
I know somebody that's just like that too. You don't hold nothing back. You know what I'm talking about. You added him to our EV group.
Oh,
You don't hold nothing back. So him
He's
and
ready.
Rich must be
he's
great
ready
friends.
to fight with the mayor again.
He ready to give if you park at just a fair warning, if you park at a charging station downtown, he's coming for you. You better be an EV or he's coming for you. Someone said you remind me of my sister in Florida. He went on Joe Rogan, was pretty good, man. We need y'all on there next. On Joe Rogan.
Yeah, when I heard it was on, he did the Joe Rogan. Cause I listened to Joe Rogan. I listened to some of his. I listened to his Elon Musk interview, and I listened to when Rich went on there. But I don't listen to too much Joe Rogan. Usually when I hear someone that's gonna be on there pertaining to electric vehicles, I'll go and download that podcast. But
Joe Rogan be smoking weed.
yeah.
I gotta come back clean.
That's where Elon got,
In trouble.
trouble is a little harsh. He has some compromising photos taken that will be on the internet forever.
He be smoking weed on there. I don't know about.
It's legal in California though, so
It ain't legal when you come back.
let it roll. Let it roll.
It ain't legal when you come back to Louisiana. So
Come back to Louisiana.
yeah. They said we should go to the Joe Rogan show.
Oh,
I can't go there and smoke. Oh, laugh out loud. You ain't gotta smoke. Okay. Jay Leno went on it and Neil deGrasse Tyson. I feel like it's gonna be in the air.
pretty incredibly big.
I know
shoes
people to
fill.
compare us to. Jay Leno.
Slow down.
I need to go back to Louisiana. The food there is amazing.
And it'll kill you. Everything, all our food is bad for you. Don't eat too much of it.
Oh, you want
Oh, just
the seasoning? Oh my God, just simple stuff. Just the simple stuff. Cake got 5 cups of sugar in it, 5 sticks of butter in it.
everything here is super sweet and super salty.
Yeah, just the way I like it. I
Remember
don't
when you
care.
went to California and you couldn't find anything good to eat?
Oh my God. Oh. So I'm gonna tell y'all this real quick, and I'm not trying to be ugly, California, but crawdads. So I went to California for business, and for lunch they had really different types of, I can eat an enchilada. I like enchiladas, but I'm pretty sure the enchiladas in Louisiana is not the same to the enchiladas that are in California. So for lunch we had like enchiladas. I've never ate a black bean in my life. Never. So I was like, you know what? Scrap this place. So we went to this place in California, and I think I told this already. And it was like a Louisiana Cajun place. And I'm thinking, yes! Finally! So I get in the place, and I'm like, oh, they got all the Louisiana stuff. They got New Orleans stuff. Da-da-da-da-da. Look like a bayou. Wonderful. Ooh, they got my spirit. Jesus! That was something to remember. It's bad when I don't want the leftovers. I don't want nothing. You can keep the change. I don't want nothing. Just let me go. Free me from this disaster that you have created. And whoever is up in here eating, I feel sorry for you. But yeah, it was just horrible. I ended up going to Chili's every day.
I guess that's the good thing about a chain restaurant is when you can't find anything like locally, at least like you can find something that's at least consistent with what you have locally, just so you don't starve.
Yes, I did get the 5-seater.
Taco trucks, man. As a truck driver, I don't like the idea of eating food off a truck, even though it's not the
I
same truck.
do.
And then they bring them to like our warehouse. They started this thing where they have trucks come in almost every day, and I've never went to one. Just the idea
You missing out.
of getting food off a truck,
You missing out.
it just bothers me for so. I
You
just
missing out.
maybe that's just a layer of bouginess within me, but just
You been
it just
bullshit.
doesn't sound sanitary.
Have
Is it
you
just
seen?
me?
Okay, so you have to go actually see the truck to know if it's sanitary or not. And then if you go to some of the places that you eat, you'll realize just how sanitary they are as well. Mm.
Yeah, diesel fumes everywhere.
Oh my lord. You haven't lived until you buy food from the roach couch. What?
That sounds like the worst idea I've ever heard
What
in
is
my
the
life.
roach? Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna ask what the roach couch is because I ain't eating nothing from something called the. Don't.
That was IMHO's. I'm gonna look it up.
You got to go off of reviews though on Yelp. But yeah, But I'm excited about my ex, y'all. I can't wait till you to drive it, to actually get in it and play in it and get on the road. Oh my God.
Okay, so don't ever Google roach couch because you get a whole bunch of extermination companies.
Come on.
I'm gonna work on that later.
That's gonna give me nightmares. I don't want to see roaches.
I thought it was gonna like bring me straight to the
Roach couch,
restaurant.
no.
It brought me to everything except that.
This will be more of a Zach question. Have you done the summon in front of random people?
Yeah, but I haven't. I've always found like a decent time to use it. When I had the autopilot free trial, one time it was raining a little bit, so I kind of moved the car forward as much as it would go. It's kind of limited. At least when I tried it, I think they may have opened it up a little bit. I wish you could move it a lot more.
Oh, I said couch.
Oh,
Couch. Oh, so can you? So I just want you to imagine what we saw with Roach Couch. But we're gonna leave that.
that was. I was like, wow, that sounds terrible.
Never mind. How long did it
I
take?
think the best use I got out of summon was that time, like we were going to Walmart and they had like a basket parked in a parking space I wanted, and I just moved the basket and then I just did the summon and pulled the car up the rest of the way into the parking space.
Justin said, how long did it take from order to delivery? About a month.
Yeah.
About a month.
That car went from Fremont to California, where it was an inventory vehicle for a while, and then we snagged it up, and then they delivered it to Houston, and then they basically next dated it to us.
And thank you. Yes, I do love it. I was really worried about the red, because online the pictures are horrible, and I thought it was going to look really weird. But when I got it, I was like, "Oh my God, this red is so freaking nice! Like
And
so nice."
I don't think that red would have looked as good with those Sonic Carbon wheels because it's a bright red.
Yeah.
If it was like that, the signature red, the darker,
Yeah.
the dark champagne almost colored red, maybe something like that with the darker wheels would have been better. But I'm happy they got rid of those wheels. Whatever happened to them, I don't really care. We got what we wanted.
Yeah. So my color that I wanted, I don't think they made the blue that I wanted anymore.
The dark blue?
Yeah, it was a darker blue. I wanted a dark blue because I've never had a blue car, and I love blue cars. But the blues they had online was like Pepsi blue, like blue. I hope you choke. I hope you choke.
It was right there in front of us.
It was super blue, and I didn't too much care for it. So I was like, you know what, just give me black. And then we started looking online. He's like, well, guess what? I found a red one. And I was like, red. and so and so we ended up getting the red one, obviously. And it looks so nice. I'm so shocked. Everybody I've shown the picture to, they're like, oh my God, that red is crazy. Like, insane. Yeah. So, great choice.
I still think white is the best color they make. That pearl white. It looks so good in person. Like the flakes.
Not being ugly to anyone that has the white, but it's just, for me, it's just kind of like, I've had a silver car. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to go back to light colors. I don't want any more light colors. I want a standout color. I don't want any more.
I think that white stands out about as good as a white color car could.
Someone said, I got the blue for my Model 3. And I mean, the blue, because we have, who has, one of our Louisiana people that are on our Facebook group, they have the blue on the Model X, but they got like a matte wrap on theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks really cool because it actually darkened the blue.
And one lady got her blue. No, did she get black?
She got hers totally repainted.
Yeah, she got it repainted.
We can't do that. that's no. We can't get nothing repainted.
The guy that painted her cars, if I ever did think about doing a wrap, that's probably where I would take it to get it wrapped.
Was thinking out of the blue or red. Knowing red is my favorite color after seeing your car. Yep, I'm getting red. Awesome. Red. Tesla should have actual pics of all the cars and stuff. They really should. In the colors, like,
I feel like you don't even have to take a picture in every single angle. Just take the car out in the sunlight. Just get a picture from an angle, just so people can see what the color really looks like. In a nice high definition picture, or like a video walk around or something. Just so people can see, because everybody doesn't really get to see the cars up close in every color. Like, you might get to see it in one color.
yeah.
If you have like a showroom or something nearby, but you definitely aren't going to get to see all the colors. Unless you kind of just hang out at a Supercharger and wait.
The thing about Tesla colors, they've picked really great colors. Like, you can't really go wrong. They don't have like that crazy weird color, like, that they know only a few people are going to pick. Like, you know, when you think of EVs, you think of weird looking cars and crazy colors. They always have like a teal,
Teals and blues
teal,
and
orange,
green highlights and
electric
stuff
orange.
that don't need to be there.
Yeah.
Just huge black panels.
Right.
And black stripes that just for no reason.
So what they've done is they've got like classic colors: red, black, white, blue, gray, silver.
Silver's gone.
Silver's gone.
That's the one thing I'm disappointed about, that they no longer do silver anymore. I feel like that's a
classic color.
Yeah.
And when they stuck to those classic colors, they kind of, you can't really go wrong with either way. And because they're keeping the interior so simplistic, either you're going with the khaki, white, or black. That goes with, you can swap it out with a bunch of them, and you could pick any combo and it'll work, I think. So that's good. I actually really like the interior of mine compared to yours.
Yeah, I like the I don't like that silver trim I have around the doors. I like that darker gray trim you have. It doesn't. It might be like a matte black that you have almost.
It's nice.
It isn't as. It just looks more refined.
Yeah, it's really nice. I was kind of
that silver that I have in my. It reminds me of the trim that I had in my Kia Soul.
Like a little cheapened.
Yeah, it's like unapologetically plastic. Like
Yeah.
Steve, was that Steve Jobs that said that with the iPhone 5C? He described it. One of them, they described it as unapologetically plastic.
Yeah, I like my interior. Even the cloth on the seats, they feel like a different texture.
It does it feels softer.
Yeah, it feels like a different texture. So I think
your steering wheel is also softer.
yes, it doesn't feel like yours over time has kind of worn. It feels more leathery, while that one feels more like. Mm,
My steering wheels will normally wear a little faster than most people because I have a nervous tick where I kind of just scratch at it when I'm waiting. Just with my fingernails, like I'm just plucking at it. Especially when there's music playing, I'll just pluck to the music. It's just this weirdness.
huh.
I will not apologize.
You don't have to apologize for that. I don't really have anything like that in my car. I have I click pins. I do this. So we're both weirdos. Yeah. Back to the comments.
No.
Black is clean when it's clean. Yeah, I mean it's one of those cars that once it hit dust, and Zach, you work in an area where a lot of dust gets kicked up
Yeah,
constantly.
because we park our cars like right across the way from where all the trucks and all the trailers and stuff are moving around, and it's like a big limestone gravel yard. And when the wind starts blowing and the trucks start moving, it just kicks up dust everywhere.
And do you want to talk about the touchless car wash experiences you've had
Oh yeah, I haven't mentioned it.
ever?
Um,
And we're
it
going
was
really late, but that's okay. We
yeah,
got a good conversation.
yeah. So I did the video a while back going through the touchless car wash, and I showed like the before and after, and it cleaned the car really well. Well, eventually I started having problems at the touchless car wash. So, what would normally happen, and I'm afraid to do it again, is it's happened a couple times, so I've definitely narrowed it down to the touchless car washes, and I've tried different types of touchless car washes because of the high pressure. Like once you're leaving, the car will start reading the exterior temperature of like -40 degrees up to like maybe 20 degrees, and it won't go any higher than that. So, is it still on?
Yes.
Did it freeze up?
I don't think it freezed up.
Okay.
It did freeze up.
I don't know where I left off.
Hold up.
Wait, we're gonna wait till it catches up. Okay.
Okay. So let's just
Okay.
start over. You went through the touchless car wash.
So, going through the touchless car wash, after you finish, it will start reading like -40 degrees, and it will also say the parking sensors aren't working. So, so, so when you do that in a Tesla, if it's reading the exterior temperature below 30 degrees, I think they told me the number was 30. It won't cut the air on. So even if it's 90 degrees outside, because something about that high pressure causes a problem with its ability to sense the temperature outside, it would it's reading the wrong temperature. So now the air conditioner can't cut on. So in Louisiana, it would have you riding around and it's 90 degrees, and now you have no air conditioning, which is a no ever. Because 90 degrees doesn't, I mean, -30 degrees doesn't exist here. -10 degrees doesn't exist here.
Negative nothing.
10 degrees doesn't exist here.
Zero, whatever you want to call it, don't exist here.
I think 15 might be the lowest I've ever seen, and that might have been with wind chill.
That's record.
So I would say beware with the touchless car wash. I called Tesla about it, and they said they recommend the car washes that are touchless, but they also said they recommend car washes that don't have the high pressure. And from what I've seen, all touchless car washes have high pressure because that's really the only way you can wash the car if you're not touching the car. You have to have higher pressure. So unless there's like a brand or something that does low pressure and no touch,
Your car ain't gonna never get clean.
yeah, I can see this is gonna be a hand wash. We had a good experience the other day washing the car early in the morning.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be the time to wash the car. It's a lot easier to wash the car early in the morning than it is late in the evening.
Clay Day said, how long would that reading last? Usually lasts like a whole day.
The what?
That negative, you would go through that.
Oh yeah, like so it would keep reading like negative 30 degrees for at least a couple hours. Like maybe if I'm driving the car, it might get working in a couple hours. Like maybe like
I'm gonna just be honest.
if I do it at 5 o'clock in the morning, it might be reading the
God.
normal temperatures by lunch.
I almost died going to pick up a piece of pizza. Almost died.
Well, by the time you brought it back and I drove the car, it was working again.
Almost died. The pizza was hot. It was steamy in there. I almost died.
I haven't figured out if it's like water getting in or if it's just the force of it hitting the sensors or something. But it's something that's causing the temperature to read the wrong thing. And the thing that senses the temperature, the thermostat thing, is like right behind the bumper in the refresh Model S. It's right there, so it could easily get affected by the higher pressure.
I mean, yeah, we won't be sending my car through it.
Yeah, we're definitely not.
Because I can't do it.
Neither one of our cars are going to be going back. Even though it's so convenient, especially when it's so hot right now. You don't really have a good window to wash your car without being in direct sunlight.
Right.
Because that's almost impossible. The car is just drying immediately as you're trying to wash it.
But yeah.
Any more?
Well, that's it right there. Yeah, that's it.
We're at the end?
We're at the end. I mean, we've been doing this for a while now.
What's the time?
It
111 minutes.
This is gonna take forever. To load up. Yeah, so we're probably gonna call it a night tonight. I mean, we had a good conversation. We're gonna have
to go live again at the end of but before this week is over, because we haven't even talked about the Louisiana Superchargers in our ranking.
Oh yeah. The service center coming soon.
We've had a service center coming soon in New Orleans.
Don't talk about it. We gotta save it.
Oh, okay. We'll do that for another time.
God, don't give it
Maybe
away.
we should talk about it when they actually finish it or something. Or there's more progress.
Congrats. Looking for more X videos soon. I'ma try. Y'all, I like to sleep sometimes on my breaks.
We might do a race one day.
I ain't racing you.
You'll do a race.
Because
you're going to lose.
I ain't getting in no race with you.
Technically, her car is faster than mine. She just doesn't know that.
I know it, but I ain't racing with you. No, indeed not. No. Oh, my God, Donovan. Jesus. 436 in Sweden. Oh, my God. No.
Early bird gets the worm.
I gotta go to bed because I'm thinking about 436 and what my eyes closed. Well, all right, you guys. Again, we're on Instagram now. Trying to get more active, trying to do more things. Stay semi-relevant.
Yeah, Instagram. You can leave messages. Well, they don't really do it on YouTube anymore. You can send me emails, zakias90@gmail.com. Any questions, Tesla related?
Yeah.
If you don't have anybody to answer your questions, it usually goes straight to my phone. So unless people just really start spamming me, that hasn't been a problem yet. So
you suck. Oh, remember that guy called you John Diggle?
Yeah. Somebody said I look like John Diggle. And then I was like, who is John Diggle?
Look him up if you don't know who he is.
And then I was like, and I looked the guy up. I was like, oh, that's a pretty good looking man. So,
oh my God.
What?
That's a pretty good looking man there.
What? I can't say that?
No, I didn't say you can't say that. It's a pretty good looking man right there. Pepsi. It's like, what?
If I would have looked him up and it would have been like Flavor Flav, I would have been like, hey, wait a minute. I don't appreciate that.
We have to learn how to end videos when we say we're ending them.
Ending videos is hard. We've technically ended this video 3 times.
We did.
And then things just happen. I think we're getting to the point where people know not to leave the live when we say we're ending the video.
I know. Glasses must have been off. No similarity there. Laugh out loud. Oh God. I'm not gonna lie, that was funny though.
Yeah.
Cause the way he said it. Oh John, look at Oh God. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, see you next time.
See y'all later.
So awkward. We gotta end it. Okay. We're going to sleep.
Yeah,
okay.
we gotta go to bed. I gotta wake up early.
Yeah. All right. Bye. No one could see the salute that you did, but that's
Peace out.
love, peace, and why are you about to press?
That's the button.
Oh, you put.